Alright, we go again. Fucking come here, Kosuke. It really is your unlucky day. It really, really is your unlucky day, my friend. Oh, God. My NPC luck in the school so far has been absolutely terrible today. Is that 2 or 3 times in a row where I've just had every NPC be looking towards me? Like, come on. At least have the first guy not looking so I can get to the second guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, Triple Triad is very good. It's one of the reasons why I really do like
Hey, Scott,
FF8.
you read me? You gonna be okay tailing this guy? Or do you need the detective basics manual?
I think that there's a lot of good FFs. Again, I might not be the biggest fan of 10, but if you consider that 10 was 1, the first PS2 FF, and 2, the first, like, full-voiced Final Fantasy title, 10 was phenomenal for a lot of things. Like, even with me not liking it as much or resonating with it as much as 7, 8, and 9, I can still sit back and just say 10 deserves a lot of respect. Like, it's the same with 11 as well, you know, not everyone... I remember at the time, everyone was so disappointed when 11 was announced being an MMO. I can't remember, was that... I don't know if they announced, like, 12 at the same time to kind of cushion that blow, but, like, I still respect 11 for the fact that, 1, it was, like, the first MMO for the series, and 2, it was an MMO on a PS2. Like, obviously, around that time, we'd also had, like, you know, Phantasy Star Online, etc., but, like, it really felt like it was trying to, like, push forward, like...
Now.
I think there's a lot of very good Final Fantasies. Like, everyone's obviously allowed their favorite, and again, I do think that people who play Final Fantasy have a bit of a tendency to stick with their first one. Like, I think if you start with the PS1 era, I think most people like have a nice fancy towards that. It's not saying you can't have a fancy towards the others, because I obviously very much like 6, and the first time we could play 6 in Europe was on the PS1. Oops. I'm too close. I'm too close. Oh shit.
That app? Probably nothing.
I was hoping I was too far away, but I wasn't. Now he doesn't run. Man stops. I'm not here. Fuck off. Kosuke, you piece of shit. He turns around more times. This work this time?
Oh shit. What's on the
yeah,
menu
it does.
today?
Good. Thank fuck.
Guess it's okay.
Piss off, Kosuke. I'm tying my shoes. I'm not going to move from here until he's gone. Okay, at least he's running here. He's gonna stop at some point. There it is. That's why I'm still holding this, by the way. There you go. Don't hit me. Thank you. I want him to turn around. I don't remember when he turns around next. I feel like he turns around like once around here when in yellow. I'm so fucking scared. I'm so fucking scared. And I'm hiding. Again, I don't know how this counts as... Wait, he actually sees me there this time. That's interesting. He normally doesn't. Fuck. Hey, Kosuke. Turn around. Piss off.
Must be my imagination.
God, that's terrible. God, that's terrible. I'm so fucking bored of this bit. I just want to keep going. So weird you playing 14 hours and never played the others, bar 13-2. 13-2 is a good game. I don't think it's that weird, but there's obviously going to be a lot of like a lot of the nice things about 14. Whoa, hello. Is the fact that obviously there's a whole bunch of like cute little references to obviously other Final Fantasy games. I'm going to get this guy if I went towards him first. Like, as you can probably guess from a lot of, like, the raids and stuff, and, like, some of the raid battles, the trials and stuff like that, there's a lot of really cool references to, like, past Final Fantasies, but it also works in that they're not anything that will ever spoil you on the games. So, if you do eventually go back and play, obviously, the older Final Fantasies, you'll go, oh, I recognize that guy, I beat him up in a raid. Like... And you'll have that little bit of like really cool, oh yeah, I know this shit. Oh god, I know what this guy's gonna do.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Alpha and Sigmascape for lots of moments like that. And Delta. Yeah, I keep forgetting about Delta. think in yellow caution he turns around once here, so I gotta be careful. I am certain he turns around once here, so I'm gonna dip to the left real quick. Nope.
Oh, crap. I don't
No, I'm not.
Probably nothing.
Should run. You're in yellow, thank you. He also won't stop at the end of the popo, so we should be fine here. Didn't expect him to start walking, though. There he goes. And because he's inside, he's just going to go straight away.
Now.
Cool. Okay, if we could have, you know, a nice section here, that would be nice. SQ has been low. It's kind of like that between each of the expansions. At the very least, none of the post games for any of the expansions are quite as bad as ARRs. ARRs post game. It's still good because, you know, it's free content. They gave us 100 quests of free content, and they've now actually cut down on a lot of those, which is also nice, because the problem with those 100 quests is that a lot of those were bland or fetch quest. I don't know how many were fetch quest exactly of those 100, but there was a lot. But they cut down on a lot of those, which is nice. They cut down on a lot of quests of ARR as well. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. Like, you don't really see many MMOs going back and, like, taking out essentially, like, almost filler content. Like, you don't see that at all. So,
look, my hands are tied right now. Everything's under control.
Sorry, cats. I'll get out of your hair at some point tonight, I promise. Blame security guards. They're blocking me from moving on with this run. Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, you would appreciate that being a speedrunner, but I do appreciate that as well. Like, it's really nice, like, you know, that they can go back and go, you know, actually, we did make a little bit of a mistake with this. This wasn't exactly, you know, the best, you know, the best set of quests.
Okay, that makes sense.
Stop trying to skip this! I know it's been a while, my dude, but stop trying to skip it. I honestly thought I was going to bounce that box there. I thought I was going to get Dragon Engined. I honestly, genuinely thought I was about to get Dragon Engined.
Too close.
But yeah, it's like, again, I'm still going to try and learn a Final Fantasy speedrun one day. Excuse me. Oh, that's not good.
Nice. That'll do it.
Well, I have a good point where I can plug the controller in later on, thank God. But, I don't know if I last that long. I don't know if the controller actually makes it that far. Can I reach it now? No, it's tangled. Why are you tangled? Oh, the other controller wire, of course, because I had that plugged in.
That's a good boy.
Damn it. But yeah, I've asked a couple of people. I'm currently learning weight tricking for Final Fantasy VI. Damn, Kosuke with the attack early on. We like that, because then he gets a bit closer, so he doesn't move away too far. It's actually kind of nice. So I'm probably, as I said before, going to be doing Final Fantasy VI's Pixel Remaster. Which is apparently different in a couple of ways than OG FF6, so, oh baby. I'm actually gonna leave this guy, because these two are the harder ones to kill. I'm surprised this guy didn't fear, actually. Okay. I was hoping he'd run towards me a bit earlier than that. That's the reason why I went for these two. But maybe the right answer was to go for the other, yeah, that guy instead.
Now you're really asking for it.
Come on. Span on the floor, yep. Dragon Engine is a wonderful thing. Sometimes. Sometimes. It's okay when enemies do that. It's not okay when the weapons you want to pick up in K2 do that. I've lost track of the amount of times. I've lost track of the amount of times over the years that myself and every other K2 runner has lost weapons to just breaking on the ground by spinning the dragon engine. It's a not so wonderful thing when that happens.
Get away from me! Hold up.
6 Remaster. Hey, Tactics Ogre Reborn was just trademarked, so you know.
It's ready to go.
9 Remaster though. 9 Remaster though. Mind you, while we're talking on the subject of FF6, I'm sure you've all seen it. The thing that's been making the rounds in the past couple of days. I'm not gonna lie, I was interested in the statue beforehand. I wouldn't have actually bought it even originally, because I thought it was gonna be like $2,000, but Jesus. I don't remember how much that Terra statue is going for, like, full price. I think it's like 16k or something like that, or like it's like 12k in GBP. But like, holy shit, that thing better be able to make me some fucking toast. Holy shit, I am not paying that much for a statue, and I paid for shitty anime statues a few years ago. I want it bad as well. Fucking 16k. Jesus wept.
Hey.
Like, not even like first for figures, which are actually worth the money, and they're very expensive, are that expensive. Like, good hit on that guy with the AoE. Let's take that down the floor. Okay, not the best fight. Everyone was a bit kind of off. Kaito didn't exactly do anything either. Like, this is... Remember what I was saying during that judgment run the other day? The AI in this game is weirdly passive at points. Like, if you ever get into a fight, like, put the game onto, like, hard difficulty. Get into a fight when you've got, like, Kaito or Kuana with you, and watch as they don't do anything with the enemy. It's really bizarre. Like, the AI in this game just goes very passive. Like, they will not finish fights. Like, 90% of the time, you will have to finish the fight. And I think it's because of the new EXP system that they've got in here for, like, obviously you finishing fights with, like, certain moves and stuff. They still will if they're, like, in the middle of an attack. But if you have an enemy alive and you just leave it for your NPC partners, they won't take care of it. Like, half the time, they will not take care. That's a fight spawn there? What the fuck? That threw me for a loop.
Yes.
DMCA. That's another gold, okay? Sure, I don't believe you, but... Get your life-size looking Magitek Walker? Oh yeah, absolutely. Create that for Scratch. Is that expensive? Yeah. Like, I get it, it's a limited item, only like 600 of them, but I'm fairly certain most people expected 4 digits, and on the lower end of 4 digits, not the higher end. Because we're not debating, like, its quality or anything like that, but the price of it, like, that's one of the most expensive ones, like, that's got to be one of the most expensive statues, like, ever made. Like, oh, absolutely they will. But, like, if you want to look at, like, expensive but practical, like, actual merch that's decent for, like, a good price, again, I would go and point towards Final Fantasy XIV, where there's, obviously, the guitar. Nice spin. That was okay. This statue is a statue of Terra, one of the main characters of Final Fantasy VI, in the Magitek Walker from the very beginning of the game. It's about $16,000. Now, it is a decent-sized statue. It's... What size did they say it was? They said it was like one... Was it like 1/5 or 1/6 like scale figure? Like, it's actually a decent size. There's only 600 of them being made, but it's $16,000. redo? I don't even have $1,000 redo. It's a fucking lot of dollary-do. One day I'll hopefully have that much, but most of it's paying off my fucking student debt. Can you imagine? The government calls up. Why can't you pay back your student loan? I bought a statue for $16,000. At that point, I'd get a very angry visit from the taxman. Not that I haven't already. Actually, that's a good point. They still haven't gotten back to me about that one issue, and I kind of need that sorted in the next 2 weeks. I think I need to take a day off one of these days and phone HMRC again. Ugh. I don't want to. I don't want to. Custom tax is 16k. They're doing the sensible thing with it, where they are, like, allocating, like, a certain amount to, like, different countries. So, like, certain countries will get a certain allocation of, like, sales, and then others will get others. Like, at least that way, if you have people that will buy it, at the very least, you know, you'll have a chance to get it. Again, I think that's a bit too rich for most people, well, unfortunately. The taxman will just take my statue. Why am I jumping? The taxman will just take my statue and say, thanks for the taxes. No! Actually, no, if I bought that statue, I would have the money to pay off my student loan times 3. That's a lot of cars. I jumped. Fuck you. That's 10 seconds I lost, baby. Love it. Because you usually get here around about 2:10. Yeah, terrible. That's a lot of cars. That's a lot of cars for once. Samson for 30k. Fucking resellers, I swear. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. My stomach issues are slightly abating, but they're actually still kind of bad today. So, I've still got a really bad headache that just won't go away. I had this headache all fucking day. Excuse my language. It was one of those headaches that just will not go away. That's why it's a glasses day. If ever I'm wearing my glasses during a stream, you can kind of tell it's one of those days. That, yep. I also need to use my eyes. Because do I remember what I'm doing in this run? No. Do I have notes for it? Yes. Are they cohesive? Barely. Barely. I love that camera. That camera is so dumb. Unaware wristband. Attack 1. Oop. Nice stuff. 620. 620. Oop. Hopefully the 14 rating's been going well for you. Is your group going to be doing ultimate stuff tomorrow? Question mark. Because that's tomorrow, isn't it? I know there's maintenance going on, and usually that brings with it, like, most of the time at this point, like a big new raid.
Alright.
It is? Ugh. Watch the world race. Yeah, the world race will be fun. That's something that I used to really like with... I don't like the games themselves, but it was something I always found fascinating about new Call of Duty Zombies releases before they really messed up the Easter eggs. Was like the really like hardcore like world first stuff. Like the hardcore world first stuff for zombies, like Call of Duty Zombies, used to be really cool. And these days they've messed it up because they give content creators, or certain content creators, early access to the maps. So it's no longer a world first when they know how to get, when they know the ins and out of the map like completely. So now I just don't care about Call of Duty. Fuck you, Call of Duty. It was the one thing that I actually cared about. Now I don't care. Shout out to that one COD map in Blops 2, I think it was, which one of the pieces was literally just a small stone behind a graveyard. How the hell you were ever supposed to see that? That was just obscure as hell. That thing took like 24 hours to solve. It was great.
The hell?
We're gonna do SU. Oh, that's a shame. To the gym. Hey, can I have some better RNG in the school this time? I'd really appreciate it. I think I'm just gonna go ahead with a run at this point, even if the guards don't cooperate. I think this is speedrun time. Let's push me, Kyle. I appreciate you. I'll speedrun you in like 2 hours, my friend. I promise. Just let me get through this first. I'll get there, my friend.
Hey.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Nice.
What the?
I accidentally relooked at her head. I hate this. This kid in the bottom left looking at me.
Suspicious.
Don't worry about me, kid. I'm not here. I'm not spying on all you kids. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm kind of sad because like I had a back in Eden. I had a group for Savage clearing. I kind of left that group. I left that server entirely, actually. So I haven't even done like Savage stuff since then. Mostly through my own choice. I don't think I was that good at it. I think I was holding the group back a little bit, so it's really hard when you come to that realization, and it wasn't just looking at like past numbers, because like there's more than just like solid hard numbers to it, but when your past numbers are pretty terrible, and they weren't getting better, but they were still stupidly low. Like it was only in like the top like 28% of all Dragoons.
Yeah,
like
think?
It wasn't a super serious group either, but I don't know. I was definitely the weak link in that group, so it's one of those things. It's one of those things where at some point you've got to just bite the bullet and say, yeah, you know, I'm the one that's kind of holding this group back, so I'm going. It's a shame, but it's a shame. It was fun though. I managed to finally do Savage ratings when, you know, it was still like new content, which was cool.
Just what I need.
I enjoyed that a lot. I think it also doesn't help that I started doing it during the Eden Savage stuff, because as a Dragoon in that Eden Savage like tier set, there were a lot of bad raids for me. Like the Ifrit Garuda duo raid was fucking terrible. Let's just shove a giant death line in the middle of the goddamn field, where if you have any kind of lag and you get close to it with any kind of like ability, like a jump or anything, we'll just accidentally shove you into the death line.
Okay, that makes sense.
Fuck all of that. God, it was terrible. That was bad design. The thing about Eden is that I would have hated being a black mage. Shout out to anyone who was like black mage main for those, because holy shit. Turn, please. Actually, that's pretty cool. That's pretty early. Turn. You're a jackass. Holy shit. That actually could have been good, security guards. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Thank you. Fuck you. Oh shit, how do I do the rest of the video game? This is the furthest we've been. I need to grab this. We don't use it, because we use it in a second. Throw that coin there. Don't run because he sees us. Run around here, because time is very tight here. Just want to avoid this guy. Grab this. Smoke bomb him. That way we have a spare smoke bomb for later, and the smoke bomb allows us to just run straight down here without having to wait for him with the coin. Cool. That's the good stuff. There we go. Garuda was hella fun. Yes, the one raid that caused 2 people to drop from the group. Hella fun. Hella fun. Rod was one of the people who was in the Savage raid group.
Holy shit!
I've always been thankful to them for like allowing me to actually do like the Savage raids, and I do actually miss that quite a lot. But at the time, when the Eden stuff was going on, it was a time when I was starting to get massively busy, obviously, like streaming and obviously trying to balance all of that and everything going on in my life. And it did not work. Unfortunately, something had to be cut. I was trying to, because like at the time, I was actually trying to move to Japan, which completely fell through because of, you know, certain world events.
Yagamishi, you can't get caught now. They'll label you as a sex offender. You don't want that on the news, do you?
So, yeah.
You can't have that. Only one way out then.
Hit this guy real hard. Kids we can. Good hit. I think that's a bit late. Okay. That's not awful. It's not great. He could have gone into that a little earlier, but it's okay. Took care of the ads reasonably quickly, so I can't be too upset with that. I think that's better than my PB pace, but I think the rest of this chapter is worse than my PB pace. Looking at it, I might actually save some time. It's not too bad. Can't complain with that, actually. Can't complain with that at all, actually. And I think it's rest on the couch now. I'm fairly certain it's rest on the couch now. Yeah, it is. Kaito, once again, scooch over, my dude. We're sharing. And then it's back to the school afterwards. I just have to remember the actual video game, because it's been, as we said earlier, it's been almost 2 months since I last did a run of this, so it's been a hot minute since I've done a run of this. That should be the end of the chapter. Can't remember how many cutscenes there are. It's the one after this one. Yep, because that's the camera intro lot. Nice. Okay, I can still do way better at that chapter, but nice. Okay. Speak to the principal. Oh, yeah. First one. Almost forgot. Down to the staff office, which is the floor below. Again, anytime we go up or down a floor, we only want to take the stairs, not the lift. Lifts are actually slower. I almost walked past it again, like I usually do. Once again, I get to ask you all. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it should not make you laugh. It's actually very fucking tragic. Yikes. To the gym, where I should have enough skill points at this point to be able to get attack level 2. Should, right? Yes. If I haven't messed anything up, and it's been a while since I probably have messed something up, we should have exactly the amount of skill points we need on the dot to get attack level 2. Let's find out. Okay, reaching halfway of the fight. Yee. So, change to Tiger during this. Oh, I have 20 extra skill points. Neat. Oh, where are those coming from? I don't want to hit the both of those. That's a shame, because Matsui doesn't die to this one. Bad fight. Hell yeah. Bad fight. Fuck yeah. Bad fight. Losing time. Hell yeah. That was a bad fight. That was a terrible fight. You usually finish that fight in a single combo. Not 2. Not 2. Anyway, we need to find an inn at the school now, so let's go. It's time to dance, folks. It's time to dance. I don't know where I got those 20 extra skill points from. I must have finished a fight in a different way than I usually do. Oh well. It's everything but EX surrender, if I remember rightly.
Suspicious.
Left one. Okay, so run in front of Amasawa because obviously she's quite slow and we don't actually have to wait for her here. We just have to run to the actual cutscene trigger. Now, this is everything. This is everything. But this is your introduction to the school stories part of the game. I still need to finish off the school stories casually. So we should do that on stream at some point, I think. So. But yeah, I'm enjoying 14 a lot with the latest patch. I've been doing a lot of PvP. As soon as I hit gold rank, every single one of my games became way better. Make a bigger impact, and I believe it's top right for Kung Fu. That's the one. Okay, so this is one of the actual games here in the sub-stories. This is the dancing minigame. Kimitaku's contract doesn't allow him to do karaoke, so instead you get dancing. This is the very, very basic tutorial that introduces how this game works. You don't actually have to do any inputs here. You automatically clear it at the start. And obviously, the actual full version of this minigame has longer songs and way... It's actually a decent, like, actual minigame. They put a lot of effort into this. They actually have a, if you ever played, like, a mobile, like, rhythm game, you know how they have the timing thing where you can, like, change it to, obviously, like, the latency of your phone and stuff? They have something like that in this. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it's really good. It's actually really, really good. Like, they put a lot of effort into that minigame. Okay. Is this where I get my first level up? The next fight? Or is it the one afterwards? I think it's the first fight. Because it used to be the fight afterwards. I'm fairly certain it's this first fight. I'm like 80% certain it's this first fight. My notes will tell me. Okay. This is actually the quicker way, as we found out. My favorite dance has been too long since I've seen them, to be honest. Yeah, Dragoon is very strong in PvP. I'm kind of Scrublord main. I do both Dragoon and Warrior in PvP. I'm that scum. I'm the one that everybody hates. Yeah, offset options, yeah. Classroom fight, yep, so this. Is it just Tiger 1? I feel like it was... No, because we shouldn't... Actually, no, it would only just be Tiger 1, because we don't have enough for anything else. Alright, so this is where Tiger gets stupidly strong in this video game. So, by going here and going to Tiger, we learn Tiger Hidden Arts 1. So, this boosts our attack power temporarily after you hold triangle. So, as I was alluding to earlier, for some reason, someone at RGG decided, what if Tiger got even stronger? There was no need for this. Can't skip this. I remember that.
Ah, my eyes. Cheap shot.
Ninja is good fun, but if you have a good team in higher ranks, they should know to focus on the ninja. I can't say the amount of times when going from like unranked to gold where teams would aim for, in the middle of a fight, a Dark Knight first. Y'all fucking stop. Y'all. No. Of all the targets you pick, you want to kill the Dark Knight first. There's a slight problem with that. The Dark Knight can go invulnerable. I'll just get him to 1 HP, it'll be fine. No. Maybe take care of, you know, the ranged user that is killing us from the back. Anyway, as I said, there's a couple of items in these parts that are actually fixed. This is one of them. This is Book of the Wounded. This gives us a skill called Verge of Death Wounded Tiger. Verge of Death Wounded Tiger, get this, increases your attack power in Tiger style exponentially when you're at low HP. So basically when our HP bar goes red. Yes, they decided to add even more attack damage to Tiger. Now, in the run, we don't go for low HP strats that often because, unfortunately, we can't get there.
Don't give me that
In, like, what says this? Look at this guy's face. He just says that. What the fuck, dude? We can't get there in that easy of a way, unfortunately. One of the students is actually alive, which sucks. I would have been very fast if that guy had died, but Yeah, people's target selection isn't great, but the second that I got to gold rank fights, it became instantly much better. Like, people understood, you know, maybe in a group of 5 enemies, the Dark Knight isn't the one to aim for. Fuck. Also, nicely, I found some real stinkers of dancers in the early ranks because they would literally all try to solo teams, which, you know, that's not gonna happen. But it's really nice in higher ranks. Every dancer I've found ever since I've been in gold has actually been genuinely good. Genuinely good. I can count on, like, I think 95% of my game with dancers in the early ranks was just a guaranteed loss. Like, I had one good dancer that I found in... Wow, what did I do in my PBs? I lose like 26 seconds there, because that was garbage. Huh. Absolutely in the lower ranks, dancer isn't great, but in the higher ranks, dancer's actually really good. Like, I definitely changed my opinion as soon as I hit, like, gold and actually saw some, like, actual decent people who knew what they were doing with dancer. And it's obviously going to be the same for every class. Like, when you get to that point, everyone's going to be... Shit, what's the taxi here? Is it 6 down? It's 6 down. Because next chapter's 6 up. So it should be 6 down. Wait. Oh, right, first time waiting segment. The actual only break point of the run. The actual only downtime of the run. And the entire reason why we play this game with the English dub. So, we've got a long conversation here, as you can see. I can't skip through this. You also can't skip through this.
And these posts are all pinpointed on this map of Ijincho?
There's supposed to be music here.
It maps out where in Ijincho each specific post was made. So my AI constantly combs through Chatter's database as it updates in real time. Then it extracts only the trouble-related chatter for display on the map.
So it actively seeks out trouble? It's wild that you can program around such a vague concept.
Well, in its current iteration, the AI isn't exactly genius material yet, so it's still ping some false positive.
And this one takes longer. There's your music. Okay, so this one takes longer. It takes like 40-ish seconds less in English. Or like, it takes less time in English than it does Japanese, which is the reason why we have English. I'm going to very quickly refill this water bottle.
This is entropy in motion. This won't do it all. To solve this, we narrow down the keywords.
In other words, simplify our search?
Yeah, by manually filtering keywords, we can decrease false positives, thereby locating the right spot more accurately.
Well, how do we do that? Does the AI do it for us?
No, not entirely. What the AI does is pick up on any keywords it deems important. Emphasis here on the word any. Meaning it'll turn out duds every now and again.
Yeah, that's still pretty busy.
And therein lies the predicament. To narrow these results down any further, we must depend on instincts, experience, and even inspiration.
So you're saying human intuition?
Precisely. Even in this day and age, human intuition will trump AI every time. That is, until we all become cyborgs. But that's getting ahead of myself. As it stands, Yagamishi, you've got the best intuition out of all of us.
Well, let's just start with a post that smells like trouble.
Walked into my door as I tried to leave.
How about this one?
Thank you for the resub for 13 months. I appreciate it. Oh, plug my controller in. Shit, yeah, that's the time where I have to do it. Thanks for reminding me.
Specific term.
I would have forgotten.
And there you have it.
I would have genuinely forgotten.
Suspicious keyword usage on this street here. As to what sort of trouble is brewing, you'll have to rely on your good old-fashioned eyeballs. Shady activity isn't always the easiest to spot, so maybe think of it as a sort of treasure hunt.
A treasure hunt for trouble, huh?
But yeah, this is actually faster in English. This is why English is obviously the faster language.
I can already picture you out there, helping people in need until it all pays off. What could await you at the end of the trail?
This is the last bit, dog.
My heart rate is already spiking. Now, I do have...
Okay. That's the one I wanted. Fuck. I was a bit late with that menu. It's a terrible menu. I want to go far forward here, because you don't actually have to go forward at all, as long as you just get the thing out.
I can hear it.
Jesus Christ. This is where you can tell I haven't played the game in a hot minute. Please, Yangani? Okay. Is this over enough? Nope. If you go over enough, you can just go straight up here. You don't have to, like, go back and forth a little bit, direction-wise. Okay. This man can actually be really infuriating in the run. Because he can actually knock you down, and if he does knock me down, I'm gonna lose to him. So I'm really hoping that he behaves. Also, obviously hit that. That's actually a really hard, like, kick to hit, because you can miss that. And we get 30,000 for doing that. Like, this game doesn't scrimp on giving you money, and the interesting thing is, you also don't need the money. Like, we don't actually need the money at all. There's no money sections in the game that's like, hey, give us this much to carry on the story. So, we get full use of that money ourselves.
I know this is a lot, but...
I had to hit X again there. You have to make sure you hit X again once there in the English dub. You don't in the Japanese dub. But obviously, English for the long wordy part is a lot quicker than Japanese for that one tiny little bit there. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah. Every time I look at this one, I always go to the wrong taxi spot. Every single time. Because I have LAD's taxi list in mind, and in this game, you get given every single taxi spot from the start, whereas obviously LAD, we... Is that my lights? Where's Rising Bell? She lived? Bad fight. So that was my lights that just started flickering. Anyway, here's the first of your actual kind of hard fights in the game casually. After I look at this picture of this not-so-dead guy.
What the?
He's actually dead. He's actually very dead. There's Mikashiba. He was murdered here in town. He is going to become embroiled as part of the investigation here in town and in Kamurocho. Oh boy.
Don't let me down.
Hey, this is Jin Kuwana. This is one of the most fascinating characters that IG have made over the last couple of years. I am hoping that Jin Kuwana is going to behave. He did for the first phase. Let's see if he's a jackass for the second phase.
Now that's fancy.
No, 7 times out of 10 he's a jackass.
This.
Good shit
Hey,
music, by the way.
What else you got? Let's finish this. Bring it up.
Oh, Kuwana. Good lad. It's the exact move I wanted to see. Because I can hyper armor through that with the charge attack from Tiger, and he can't do jack about it. And he also doesn't do his EX that way, so it saves me a nice chunk of time. Don't start skip that bit. Now, remember Judgment? I recognize this guy. It's our extract master. He's here in town. He's given us the old Thunderstrike extract. This is what the Thunderstrike extract does in Lost Judgment. Or the Warrior's Onslaught, even. If you thought that was impressive, wait till we use the second one. We'll be using the second one at the very end of this video game. For the final bosses. Yes, plural bosses. But the thing about, your extracts in Lost Judgment, as you saw there, all of the ingredients you need for these extracts are very, very expensive. They're exceptionally rare. So we will likely not be doing, we will not be getting any extra extracts during the run. We will only be using the one that we got given there. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. It's very strong. Like, that should have been an indication of how strong it is. Trust me, it's very strong. Very, very strong. You'll see. Keep saying that. You'll see.
Right.
6 up, 2 up. That's what I'm after. You'll see. Just put it this way. There's a reason why I keep saying that this is probably the lowest skill of any RGG speedrun. That's 100% my room lights, isn't it? That's 100% the lights in this room. Wait, no, go in first. Fuck, idiot. Speak sour, then we leave. Losing time. Now I leave.
Hey.
That was 100% the lights in here. 6 up, 2 up. That's what we're after. This is where I forget how to taxi. That's why I have notes for the taxis here. Video game. We'll see. Yeah, you'll see, unfortunately. If you're looking for a good beginner, like... If you're looking for a good beginner RGG speedrun, this is a good one. There's a good couple of runs that we recommend for beginners to do. K2 is the one we usually recommend. This is a good one. We would now put Zero into that list as well, because Zero is also kind of like K2 in that it's a very nice run in that, like, the actual route itself is very solid, very, very well, obviously, thought out, and then if something goes a little bit wrong in the run, you can actually rectify what's gone wrong, which is nice.
Suspicious.
Zero is very, very nice for that. Same with K2, and obviously you don't need that much for this. The easiest one out of the 3 of them to do is probably this, to be honest. Because this one is probably the one that requires the least amount of thinking and the least amount of skill. And then K2 is pretty good. The only thing you have to really be aware of with K2 runs is your weapon management. Also, this bit I fucking loathe. If I fall off this building, I'm going to fucking absolutely scream my nuts off. So, as much as, again, I like the parkour sections in this game, that little platform there is what you have to land on. If you know the Dragon Engine, you know the Dragon Engine sometimes says no, you don't. This bit here, as you can see, we have a very, very small little bit there that still pushes you along. If you have Dragon Engine shenanigans here, you can get pushed off and go all the way down to the bottom and have to do it again. It actually happens to be casually. So, as nice as the action sections are, the Dragon Engine, they need to make bigger platforms for it,
what you said.
essentially. Anyway, this is a cop who goes by the name of Watanabe here in Isazaki Jincho. We are going to be asking about everything but the building owner. That's the important thing. This is where the body was found originally. And whilst we're having this lovely conversation, we're going to be spied on by 3 people. We're going to go after the solo guy with the camera.
Hey!
Now, this is where your chase sections are very important. So, as we go through our chase sections, you'll see that I will try and do everything correctly, but we're going to get introduced to a new mechanic of these chase sections coming up a little bit of a ways through here. Not just yet, but over this bridge.
Hold up!
Ooh, excuse me.
Give me a break here!
Don't have to grab the healing items if you don't want. There's one I'd actually recommend you don't grab. Remember, doing all this stuff that heals you anyway. But this is the new thing for chase sections, where you get objects you can kick towards your target. Now, the way that we like to describe these chase sections is laps. There are a certain couple of laps that you can do. So every single chase section has a specific endpoint. That specific endpoint, if the enemy has at least a certain amount of HP at the end of that endpoint, they will stop. If they have more HP, they will obviously carry on. So as you'll see in a bit, you'll see that Akike is going to go down to 1 HP in a little bit. Again, this next one is the one I would recommend not going for, because there's a bucket you want to kick on the right-hand side. And you'll see that even on 1 HP, he's still going to carry on until we get around the corner here. If we've missed a kick at any point, he will not stop here. He will carry on going until he gets back to the bridge early. Akike has several stopping points, and so do some of the other chases, unless it's a scripted story chase with a specific ending part, which is actually every other chase section in the game. So, essentially, you can go faster, provided that you make sure you don't miss any of your kicks and you don't fall too far behind. Ah, yes, this bit. So, we have to go into our buzz researcher. Search my keyboard. I didn't want to put that on, but oh well, that's gonna be on my fucking map for the rest of the game, and that's gonna confuse me. Fantastic. Every time. Oh, I went the wrong way. I forgot you can go through the bushes in this game. Show lawyer badge to show we're, you know, actually genuine good person. Tsukumo is here because he heard there's some wiretapping going on. It's one of our only times we've already used the skateboard for a long period of time. It's a bit of a shame, because it is always cool to be Tony Hawk. And again, your old skateboard is very good. And whenever, obviously, you get a new detective gadget, there is always a tutorial. So, walk about here.
Here we go.
There is the car you want. It's always the same car. Look at the top right, you'll see, or the bottom right, you'll see we get a bunch of money, and we get another bunch of money. So, despite the fact that we have a lot of money, there's no money sections of the game that require you to pay money for the story. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over the pavement to not fall off the skateboard. And we're going to go over to the shop, where I'm going to buy 2 items in particular. The battle box is S, and the safety belt, and the EX power booster. I almost bought the wrong items. Those are the 2 that I do want. I almost forgot to buy the safety belt. The safety belt we get in Kaito's DLC as well, which is nice. I forgot that I did need to get it here as well. So, we're getting a call from Sayori. We're going to be going and helping out the Gendalore office tomorrow over in Kamurocho. Well, not strictly in Kamurocho, because our cases are now becoming a lot more intertwined. The dead body that was found here in Isazaki Ijincho is actually a student teacher who was at the school that we're investigating for bullying. Interesting, that. Very interesting, that. Also interesting is this bit. This bit sucks. This bit we have to find all of the cameras, and it's just a pain in the ass. The first one's easy. There's the first one. Congratulations, hard camera. This next one, the cameras are a little trickier. So we're going to start with you, and you.
What the?
Looks. Try and spin the camera left at the start here because we want you.
Suspicious.
Oh, you. That's the one I always keep missing. There's none on this side here. That's important. There is when we get over to this side, though. We want one camera that's like there, and then this one. And where else?
Suspicious.
Looks. And the final lot, which is a lot easier, thankfully. There's like 3 here. So pan the camera up to try and get like a good angle on you.
Suspicious.
On you.
Hey.
On you. On you. And the last one is down here, as you can see.
Hey.
You have to walk forward a little bit for it to work. Okay.
Now.
So.
Suspicious.
You have to look at everything on this map. So, everything that's interesting.
Hey.
So, disembark point, escape path, and
Suspicious.
apprehended. And more importantly, the little dotted line where there is no camera coverage. If ever in this game you are wondering what evidence to show someone, show them the map. 65% of the time you are going to be showing people the map. I kid you not. I kid you not. The vast majority of the time you play this game, you will show people the map. I wish I was joking. I am not. So, finally time to talk to Sawa-sensei about the dead Mikoshiba. And we also get to hear her talk about a person called Ihara's son. Ihara is the person who the Gendalore office are. Oh, this is one of the times you do actually want to take the lift, by the way. Because we have to go through a couple of doors, so it's actually a little quicker to take the lift here. There's only 2 times where it's quicker to take the lift. This is one of them. But yeah, Ihara is the person being represented in court via Gendalore office, but as we're going to find out, it looks like he was the one who murdered Mikoshiba. So there's a big set of conflicts going on here, which is cool. I was on yesterday. It was alright. I actually kind of enjoyed it in a lot of spots. Anyway, this is the best part of the video game. say hello to Rampo. This is Detective Dog. This is indeed Rampo. So, we can't skip this bit, which is probably for the best, I guess. We're just going to be following Rampo. Try not to move too far away from where Rampo wants to go, because Rampo will drag you back to where his AI in this bit is leading you. Huh? See how he did that little bit there? That was me not being over to the left enough. You can do an EX attack with Rampo in the game. Reasons why we don't do it in the speedrun. One, it requires a very specific setup. You need to hit your enemies with one of two specific status debuffs. One of which I think might be the snake one. I might be wrong.
Got something?
But also you need specific items on Rampo.
This way, huh?
Or not on Rampo, but you need specific items. You need some dog food. Rampo, come on. Sometimes you skip that corner, my dude.
This way, huh?
Seems like he knows the way. I know the way.
Got something?
This one you just go over
Doing
here.
great.
Come on, Rampo. Have a good fight here, please, because this fight usually goes horrifically. How did that guy not get hit by my attacks, is my question. Shame. If you can finish that in one combo, it's nicer, but now I have less than 4 bars for... That should be fine, actually. Because it's not like the first part of the fight's going to change, so... So Rampo is Amasawa's dog, but because of the laws of possession and the fact that he's now outside my office, he's my dog. That's how this works. So he's our detective dog. He's going to be hanging out. Fun fact, you can use him to despawn fight spawns. Also, the drone is obviously a bit quicker, but you can use him to despawn fight spawns. He's a good dog. He's a very good dog. And now we get into the story part of the chapter.
Yagami,
they've already...
Okay. So, we're going to get into our next chase section. As I said, the next couple of chase sections are all actually scripted story-wise as to where they need to stop. So, we are allowed to miss one kickable object in this. We will actually avoid one kickable object. But because I haven't rusted this in a while, I'm just going to hit these to make sure that I don't mess up too much. Again, the nice thing about these chase sections, they're all scripted. Everything that happens here will happen at the exact same time, the exact same place, every single run that you do. So you know what's coming and you know how to deal with it.
Hold up.
Anytime there's a truck, aim for the truck. Again, the nice thing is we don't have to grab the healing items. So we're going to kick the bucket the first time.
Won't get away.
And then someone's going to helpfully reset up this bucket. But we're not going to kick it. The second time, we're not going to kick it.
Try to keep up.
We'll grab this just in case. You shouldn't run out of HP. He's going to speed up here, as you can see. So you know he's going to throw something. There's a lot of tells for, obviously, when they're going to do stuff in these chase sections now, which is kind of nice. So because I've got White Mask, aka Tesso here, and his HP low enough, I don't have to use this bucket again. So I'm going to avoid it. And then he's going to go to the right. This is a scripted story end, so he has to go this way.
Hold up.
And if I can get the right angle here, I won't stagger. Nice. Very good. Very good. Okay, so I need to equip my gear, and then we have a level up to do. Verge of Death, Burst, Tiger Triple. Tiger Triple is very important. Verge, Burst, Triple. Verge, Burst, Triple. Burst, Triple. I don't remember the QT prompts. That's not good. Hey, this is Tesso. Also, it's raining, which is really cool, because we need more rain in the Dragon Engine again. So, we're going to equip our gear immediately. We're going to obviously do way more damage with the safety belt and the EX power booster. That box is S. As I said, where are we? Where's that point? Tiger. EX burst attack. And Tiger triple. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and do the triple attack now. Full charge. That gets him straight into phase 2. Let's see if I can get the timing on this, because this is a little finicky. 4. Good fight. You can't finish them when they're in the middle of their EX attack. They are invulnerable. And kind of like OG Judgment, when they go into their EX attack initially, they are invincible. But most boss fights in this game come with ads. So what we usually do, unlike OG Judgment, where we use like a heat move to be able to obviously finish off the invulnerability phase, instead what we do is we actually... Shame that didn't kill this guy. What we do instead is we actually take care of the ads instead in that downtime. Waiting for the invulnerability phase. 2 bars. Next left is good, so I can do this. Very nice. Cancel my EX there. Oh, that doesn't kill that, because that's a one-hit kill barricade. I don't know how that doesn't kill that. This is going very well so far. Kaito, my boy! I think I'm going to do a normal combo into my charge so I can have 2 bars for this guy. Or for this fight. Oh, nice, he dodged. Actually, now he's in a good angle. Kaito? You just pushed him into my line of attack. I fucking love you, my boy. Decent. Decent. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, now you're beginning to understand why I'm saying that Lost Judgment requires way less skill than every other RGG run, and why it's also good for beginners is that even though there's like some things where you have to like triple finisher to like Tesso, a lot of this game is just go into EX and do triangle. So, yeah, it's rough. It's a massive shame. It's genuinely a massive shame. Alright, Kamurocho.
So
Take me down to the Kamurocho, where the Genda law firm is, and the Kaito is pretty. Hell yeah. So we're going to run here because, as you can see, we actually can't taxi. We are locked into story stuff. Hopefully I still have a little bit of EX left over from the end of that fight because I need some at the start of this fight. I have none. Not too bad of a start, though. For having no EX. Take care of Kaneda if you can. He's obviously problematic. Fuck you! Seriously going over here. Letting him go into his EX is not great. Terrible. Let him go into his EX. You never want to see him go into his EX in that fight. Terrible. Awful. Genuinely bad. Ouch. Bit of a genuine shame. So, we actually meet a guy there. You'll see him real soon. He's called Akutsu. He's one of the high members of this new thug group that's moved to Kamurocho called RK. You'll obviously hear who RK are later on. When you are with NPC partners, you can't get your skateboard out. I probably should have pushed the guy on the pavement out of the way, but so it is what it is.
Hey, Fruit. How's it going?
It's going good, thank you very much. Hyper Guyver, thank you for the 12 months of the year. Thank you so very much. I hope you are having a good evening tonight. Mikashiba alive. This is Ihara, by the way. His son was killed by Mikashiba. And that's the reason why, obviously, he wants to get revenge and make a mockery of the judicial system. The judicial system didn't help out Ihara when, obviously, his son was being massively bullied. So he wants to make a giant example out of the actual like court system, etc. Damn, I'm losing time.
Hi.
Must have some bad fights in there. I'm actually kind of surprised. 6 seconds? What was the 6 seconds for? Oh, I did have some bad menuing early on as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Where am I going now? I don't actually remember. Oh, run first before you taxi?
Only...
I remember. You have to run first to get Kaito's dialogue, and then it just works after that. Burbster, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate it. Still at work? That sucks. Burbster, hope you're also having a good evening. Hey, there's enemies in the way. You know what that means. Out comes the drone. Neat. The Dark Spoon Forge. Thank you the Prime Gaming, the 3 months, and thank you all for starting a hype train. Yo. Yo, if we get a level 5 hype train, how about we do a Yakuza 5 speedrun as our next stream? Oh, fuck me. I was supposed to talk Sayori. I fucked up. I was like, why didn't the cutscene start? God damn it. Well, I'm losing time here. Fuck. Fuck. Now, grabbing this as a setup. Damn it. It's the map. It's always the map. It's always the fucking map. Well, shit. Well, I fucked that up. Now I jump out the window. There we go. All right.
My contribution.
The Hotel District. Trey, can I give the 100 bits? I appreciate it. Hype, level 2, folks. Let's get to 5. We get to 5, you get a Yakuza 5 run tomorrow. Or the day after, depending if I have a day off tomorrow. Because I am going to need a day off at one point this week. Attack level 4? Attack level 4. I'm going to run forward here to get behind everybody here. Scale up. Attack 4. You just have enough 4. Good. Good first hit. Again, the nice thing about your EX is that you do have a little bit of AoE to your attacks.
Oh my god.
Nice. Phelpsatron, thank you very much for the raid. Hope you're having a good evening tonight. I said it earlier, it's always the map. It's always the map. I'm not wrong. Okay, 6 up for this taxi. Now, this is an interesting bit. Not only is there, like, random fights around town, there's also stationary ones, like that one. So you have to run here very quickly and don't mess your movement up, otherwise you get into a fight. So, run forward here. Allows you to go through here quicker. Gonna go in here. You want to look at a couple of things. You want to look at the
500 for Yakuza 5 smile.
Look at the boxes. Skip through. Suck through. And then X on here. Muddy. Tiny's Game Lounge. I get the 500 bits. I appreciate it. Still level 2, folks. If we hit level 5, next stream will be a Yakuza 5 speedrun. Hell yeah. Yakuza 5 is a good speedrun. It's also 6 hours long. So, yeah. Very well. Nice. Good to hear. I'm doing okay. I've been having a couple of health issues the last few days. I got this really annoying, lingering headache that won't go away today. I know why I have that headache. It's due to nasal problems. But, you know the likes, just headaches that do not go away. There we go. Okay. Alright, so, it's been a while since we've seen this lad. We're about to see one of the people with the weakest constitutions you'll ever see in your life towards alcohol. This gotta be me if I started drinking again, considering I haven't had alcohol in like 8 years. So, we need to distract this guy, even though we could just walk to the right. We have to show off Kimitaku's fancy bartending skills.
Here, sir.
He guzzled that down. And he's already out. So this is actually one of the points that we needed the smoke bomb for. So we're gonna head over here, avoid the gaze of that guy next to us. Throw a coin here. Which way's this guy looking? Nowhere good. You don't want to take him down. Weirdly enough. Instead, we want to use a smoke bomb on this guy, because then we get to walk forward. He's turned around, which is good. Please don't turn around again. That would be bad. We want to grab this smoke bomb on the way through. Throw the coin. Shame he saw me there. He was in the middle of turning around. And take him out. Lovely. Broke his eye. Okay. What's my next level up? It's Soma, right? Should be Soma. So it should be attack 5 pre-Soma at this point. Yeah. Anyway, I can save some time in this chapter if I have a good fight here. Please have a good fight here. Please have a good fight here. This is a freeway fight. This is a Kutsu at the very back, by the way. It's Kaneda again. You'll see a Kutsu in a second. You'll be seeing a heck of a lot more of a Kutsu coming up as well. There he is. Well, I actually took care of both of them. I wasn't there. Not a great first phase. I kind of wanted to build up my EX a bit more. That was kind of bad.
Quit dragging your ass! Right. Sorry, boss. Yo! Fuck them up, boys!
That's rude.
Let's finish this!
Keep it
Kaito,
down.
I need you to stop pushing me, my dude. I love you dearly, but you are literally pushing me away from the guy. There's a guy alive. How did you get hit? Thanks. Hyper Guyver, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. I think it was a little late for the bloody Switch's standards, which that sucks.
Let's fucking do this!
That's rude. Man, this guy's rude. Yeah, I have no EX for this phase. That's pretty bad. Oh, I should have got hit by that. That's terrible. God's Rising Blow. Take care of him. The one problem I have is that guy going around the back at the moment, because he's, yeah, not going to get hit by this. I'm going to trust Kaito to deal with the other guy. I should be taking care of Kaneda way earlier than this. Kaito did not take care of the other guy at all. All 4 Willows in time this chapter. There's no way we don't. That was terrible. That was terrible. Drone, no. Or Doctor 1, no. Thank you very much for the Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. I can't tell. I can't read. Even though I have my glasses on today. I actually can see today. That's a problem. Thank you very much for the Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. Okay. Right D-pad. Right D-pad. Right D-pad. Right D-pad. Right D-pad. You remember. So, I'm going to visit Yui Mamiya. She is the victim in the groping case. She has a very excited kid. That's what you need to look at, is the kid. Also, show her the scene of a grisly murder! Remember the guy who groped you? Here he is murdering someone. Good detective work. Kaito's gonna phone and say, hey, good detective work. Don't get me involved with this shit. Look at this time loss. Ouch! Terrible chapter. I knew we were gonna have one bad chapter in here, but this is a very bad chapter. Top right map. It's the map again.
Are we lit?
Yeah.
It is the map again. So, Hara's Accomplice posted the murder video. The map.
Hey.
The dotted line, because there's a hole there. Bottom left. Yes, Yui Mami was clearly with Hara, and someone spying on me went there. Ikike, the guy that we chased earlier. That is a 35-second time loss. Ouch. Massive time loss. Massive time loss. Massive time loss. Massive time loss. Ouch. This is a pretty big D-Rust, to be fair, so I was actually kind of surprised I was that far ahead in the first place. So, again, skateboard is very good for getting around town very quickly. Make sure you get off the skateboard before you hit the doors here, because the doors there, ironically enough, they will slide you along. Also, nice thing after I mentioned it the other day, the Couch's hitbox in this game has been fixed. It is a lot bigger than the rest of the hitbox is in this game. Here's the weird thing. They made the Couch's hitbox too big. So, if you have the right angle outside, and you displace your hitbox, have you ever seen me do a LAD run, you heard about me saying about displacing your hitbox, which is essentially running into a wall to push your hitbox along a little bit. You can displace your hitbox a little forward into the room, and access the couch from outside the office. Thank you, Lost Judgment. The one thing I wanted it to fix was the Couch's hitbox, and boy did they ever. They made it worse, but in a good way. It's fantastic. I don't like going for it, because it actually It actually scares me because if you accidentally miss or you're too close to the end, you will accidentally use your letterbox and grab all the DLC. So the DLC makes the run invalid, unfortunately, because it's paid DLC and there's literally an extract you get that instantly kills enemies. And what was I going to say? You also lose like a minute and a half to having to collect everything from the actual thing. Unfortunately, we can't jump out the windows, Sayori. I fucking wish we could. She should be able to. But it is time to play as our second playable character, Sayori. So again, if you've obviously played Judgment 1, you know that you play very briefly as Sayori. And that's, and we're going to do it again here. We're going to get Mari's help, and we're going to go and once again play dress up. The first time we do this isn't too bad. The second time we do this, way fucking worse. Enjoy the free skill points walking down this street. That's it. That's all what you want from me. This bit sucks. And the worst thing is, it's not even the worst one in the run. I had bad NPC spawns because of these two in my way. I'm having to actually move into the middle of the road, which sucks. Okay, I know this is the third option, then right. I'm gonna get wild tonight. Oh, I didn't actually mean to do that, it's fine. Either one doesn't matter for that last one. Just do whatever. Anyway, that's Higashi's, you don't see him here in obviously the run, but that's Higashi's big reintroduction into Lost Judgment. So we've got to kill some time, so here's our time waiting moment of Lost Judgment, one of like 3. Here's the thing. The time waiting moment is already over. That's the big difference between OG Judgment and Lost Judgment in terms of the amount of freedom this game gives you as a player. In OG Judgment, as you saw with the run the other day, there are 3 time waiting segments. All of them are 3 real life minutes long. In this game, every time waiting segment is distance based. It's not actually a time wait, it is distance based. Therefore, if you just get in a taxi and taxi away, you instantly get through the quotation marks time waiting moment. It is a really positive change. It is a really good change. It is an absolutely fantastic change. As a player, this game does not do anything to actually waste your time. This game just says, if you want to go and have fun, go and have fun. Which is really nice. Really nice. There's nothing that blocks you. There's no, like, money wars, no time waiting wars. It's very nice. Get your skateboard. There's actually no fights in this chapter. Okay, I jumped on here a bit early. Oh. Ah, I hate that door. I jumped on there way early. Okay, and that's the end of the chapter. This next chapter is super fun, because this next chapter is very fight-filled. Very, very fight-filled. Also features one of the best pieces of music in this game, which is a shame because you only hear it in this game once. Here's a kutsu. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into our skills, we're going to go into Tiger, and we're going to finish off all of Tiger's hidden starts. So what that means is that every time we put on the attack buff here, and then change our fighting style, ouch, we actually keep that attack power going into our other styles. So by going into Crane, I can now obviously do way more damage. Show me what you got! Okay fight, not the best fight. Here it comes, folks. This is what we like to call the Akutsu Gauntlet, but also the Cat Jam Gauntlet. Ladies and gentlemen, after this fight, you know what to do exactly. It's been a hot minute, so I will remind you all that it is time to catch up. shame that this guy actually broke out of my attacks. These guards are actually killing me. I should have chased with Crane there. I want to be on Tiger for the start of the next fight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would do me the honor of saying the words Cat Jam in the chat. Thanks muchly.
Fine.
Stairs. How's that hit me? Wow. Yeah, this is on the official OST, the track Fog, F-O-G. Unfortunately, in Lost Judgment, this is the only place you hear it. But when we get to Kaito Files in a little bit, oh, you'll get to hear it way more. Like, usually I like it when, you know, they do, like, a lot more original tracks for DLC, but getting more Fog? Oh, absolutely.
Good luck, Yagami-kun.
So, Kalana's gonna fuck off. I'm gonna go over here and attempt to start dealing with enemies and build my EX up a bit before I can hit Akutsu. Hopefully not get him to do his EX, which he did, so I'm just gonna move away. Oh, he actually caught me. Fuck, that's such a time loss. That is such a bad time loss. Because you have to wait to get up off of this entire combo. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Shame, because the ending of that wasn't too bad. But the rest of that was bad. So we call this Akutsu Gauntlet because we fought Akutsu twice now. Now, you need to do your level ups for this bit, because this bit is going to physically take our phone away from us, which means we can't heal here, we can't level up here. So, now Akutsu has a chainsaw. We're going to, obviously very quickly, get him into the next phase. This is triangle for every single button press. Once again, we're going to try and hopefully Akutsu's going to dodge roll towards the camera. If he does, he's in a really good place for us to be able to just, destroy him completely with our EX. Obviously move away from him a little bit to make it so we can attack the other enemies. We've already told the enemy that I do want to go for here is the guy with the large HP bar, but he's all the way over there, so I'm just going to work on everybody else first. Put the barrel down, friend. That's unfortunate. I don't know what actually knocked me to the ground there. Did Sugiura just throw something at that guy? I did not realize that was a move that boy could do. What? Now you can tell what difficulty someone is running at with that actual set piece, because that fight there, the easier the difficulty, the more health drops the enemies drop. So when we do our legend run of this, it's gonna get rough. It's gonna get real rough. Now, if you don't want spoilers for this game, now's the time to look away, because they're very unavoidable. So unfortunately, whilst we were away, the leader of RK, Soma, he has been in here, and he has unfortunately murdered Sawa-sensei. So the blood is pointing towards a book. This is a yearbook. We are going to desecrate the crime scene like any good detective would, and take the yearbook with us. Make sure, obviously, what killed her, and look towards the door.
Suspicious.
Cool. It's Kaito. Interesting, huh? I had no idea they had, like, an actual ability to throw stuff there. One thing that this game did add that I actually quite like is that enemies can throw other enemies, which, that's actually a really nasty move. Like, such a really nasty move. It's so cool. This is, by the way, the last time you're going to be in the school. Story-wise. This is it. This is the last time we're here. Which, that's kind of nice, actually. So when you get to the halfway point of the game, you don't come back to the school anymore. Anyway, we're going to go see the chairman. Everyone's going to be sad because Sal was obviously dead, thanks to Soma. We're now going to head out of the school. Tech skip. Hey, you remembered. Good lad. Actually, no, we're going to go to the classroom first, then go out the school. At this point, the kids who were doing the bullying have kind of realized maybe bullying was actually a bad thing to do. No shit. So, we're going to start to see them try to make amends with Mami Koda. She's not going to accept it straight away for, you know, obvious reasons. And this is the last time we want to use the lift when leaving the school, because when going down this one set of stairs here, we have to go through 2 doors that open up and slow us down. So it's actually still quicker here to use the lift, despite the fact that what I said earlier was you don't use the lift when going down or up a floor. And with that, we are done with the school. I see in capital letters in my notes here, get attack 5 before Soma. I wonder what I'm supposed to do. Not sure. Not sure, if I'm being honest. I'm not 100% certain. I think there's a grip upgrade coming up. That gauntlet's pain, yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a pain on legend difficulty. Just in general, it's gonna be a pain on legend difficulty. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. So we're gonna go and look into Jin Kuana. If you played LED, you know that this little hut here doesn't actually exist. You can walk on top of this rooftop here. So as we get here, we find the place has already been broken into. So we're gonna still see if we can find any evidence about Jin. So we're gonna look at the ashtray. We're then gonna look at the bed where we find some cigarettes.
Oh, that.
But he vapes.
Suspicious.
But this lighter is actually a USB stick. And as we leave, we are going to get attacked by members of our team. Now, ideally, I can save most of my EX if I have this one. This guy needs to go, the guy with HP bar. It's actually good positioning of enemies. I'm gonna actually take my EX off so I can have 3 rounds of EX. That man he's gone. Goodbye. Hey, note to self, it's time to level up attack. So, into my menu when I can. E5, there we go. Probably could have done it before that fight, honestly. So we get a phone call, and we're gonna go and see Jin Kuana's uncle. He runs a bar over at this part of town. But unfortunately, when we get there, we're gonna notice that things aren't right. The place hasn't been abandoned, but it's certainly been ransacked a little. The phone's gonna go off, and unfortunately for Kaito, it's Soma with a knife to Kaito's gut. This is one of the best fight themes that RGG have ever fucking put out, and you're not gonna get to hear any of it. This is Soma, leader of RK. All-round piece of shit. Damn, he actually did count me. Fuck you, Soma. Okay, good fight. Good fight apart from the counter. It's a massive shame because Viper is one of the best fight themes that IGN ever put out. It's fantastic. Spoilers for the challenge that is currently going on in the channel. If I add it, it's getting an S rank. It's getting the toppest of tier. Because it's that fucking good. It is such a good fight theme. It has very obvious horror tropes to it, and it just fits Soma to a T. Such a good fight theme. It's such a good fight theme. Anyway, we're going to head over to the bar district, which I can't remember which the quick way was in the menu in this game. It's up, yep. In LAD, it's down, because in LAD, you pick and select what taxis you unlock. Now, the nice thing about this game compared to LAD is that Bar Survive here is actually on the map. You just walk inside. So, this is Kuana's uncle, ex-Yakuza. Real name is Kitakata. We were told that by Soma. And because it's on the map, we can also now just taxi away. That conversation basically just boils down to, watch the USB drive, idiot. Alright. Alright. But first, hey. Tesso! So we're going to hopefully burn Tesso down to the ground as fast as possible. Some ads as well, which is nice. That should be an X into an X, I believe. Just double X for Tesso. So again, I'm going to try and hit Tesso a little bit so that he summons some backup. Not. Wow, that guy. Whilst I still have EX, Tesso's now going to try and murder me with an EX attack, which is fine. Because I can also... Oh, that's not fine. Oh, Tesso, you actually got me. Good job, my timing was off. Unfortunately, I now have a bunch of enemies still up and standing here. Bad fight. First half fine, second half bad. Okay. That's the Tesso fight. Tesso now sees us as Anarchy because that's just Tesso in a nutshell. Shame that here. That was a bad fight. Okay. So, we're going to go and look at this USB stick. Now, content warning, this USB stick is absolutely horrific. This is the final moments of Reiko Kusamoto's son, the Vice Minister of Health. Stop me if you've heard that job title in this series before. This is her son being bullied moments before, unfortunately, he tries to commit suicide by jumping off the school roof. Hey look, it's Yui Mamiya. Hey look, it's a Kike. It's almost as if all of this is connected. And we're gonna look in the yearbook we stole from the crime scene and notice that the homeroom teacher is different. Because this is a substitute teacher, whereas the real teacher's name was a guy called Kitakata, aka Jun Koana. Yup. Everything is falling into place. So Koana is going around murdering the bullies. Murder is bad. And we're gonna head back to we're gonna head back to Yui Mamiya's Sugiura. Now, hopefully I have at least one bar of EX for this. If I do, then we're good. If I don't, it's fine. It's a little easier with a bar of EX. And to have a bar of EX is a little bit easier, but it doesn't matter if it isn't. So, groping was orchestrated, right? Then we show her the bullying video, at which point her personality shifts a complete 180. And then these guys pop in. I have a bar of EX. That makes this fight very easy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to EX and we're just going to blow them all away. So you might recognize the clothing on Masked Man A here. It's a Kike. A Kike. I keep forgetting his actual name spelling. Sugiura didn't exactly help out there. It's fine. We didn't give him much time to help. So we're going to take Yui Mamiya to a secret hideout that's definitely Char's in Kamurocho. Poor Higashi is just... He doesn't care. And now we go back to our apartment. This is going to be... a Kaiki, yeah. This is going to be the hardest chase segment in the game. It has a, once again, predetermined endpoint story-wise. So we're going to have to make sure that we don't mess this up. I do mess this up a couple of times, and if we mess this next chase section up, we lose, I kid you not, like 45 seconds. So we don't want to lose 45 seconds here. So we're gonna catch Kuana. You can't summarize the plot there in a very short state of time like I usually like to. So Kuana is kind of like, he has his own brand of justice. It's kind of like the opposite of Yagami's. He's going around murdering people though. Murder is bad. So Yagami wants to stop him. Like, Yagami's got his own conflicts. Now, we need to not miss any of the objects to kick in this section, which really sucks because some of these are actually hard to hit. Now, thankfully, Yagami is a better soccer player than David Beckham. I actually said the word soccer again. I hate myself. I hate everything about this. So we're going to be trying to kick every object. As long as we don't miss any objects, this is a single lap. If we miss an object, we miss 45 seconds. So it's actually really hard. Like, it's actually really, really hard. The last one is this one around the corner, and this is the one you can miss. You have to be very careful here, because look at how close this is going to be. Nice. Good. Look how close that is to him going around the corner. If you mess up your, like, movement at all, you'd actually lose. You know you've done it correctly because he goes to the right here. If he goes to the left, you're on a second lap. Yeah, I told you, he's better than Beckham. Yagami could be a pro football player. Easily. Easily. Now, know how the chase section isn't ending as fast as the others have.
Yeah. Catch you later. Oh, damn it. Get back here.
You would think that we wouldn't have let that happen. Now, I don't have EX for this fight, and I know I don't.
Come on.
So we're going to have to try it the old-fashioned way, which is a bit cheeky. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to do 2-hit combo. One good first hit. Into EX for the last two. You're not dead. I'm upset. Ah, how did you not die to that? How did you not die to that? Oh, I'm upset. Oh, I'm losing time because of that. That sucks. If he didn't die to that, I would have lost a little bit of time still, but I wouldn't have lost this much time. Ouch. That's a 14-second time loss. I'm losing all my time. Did I fall off the building in my PB? Please tell me I did. Please tell me I did.
Well,
Alright, so we're gonna interrogate Yui Mamiya in a bit. Not just yet. We have to kill some time, which again, time waiting segment. So you know exactly what to do for any time waiting segment in this game. You taxi away. Now, because you start skip here, I believe it's because you start skip. It might pull you back anyway. I can't remember. You actually get taken back to this part of town. No fight spawns in front of me is nice. That means I don't have to worry about having to avoid them. Sometimes you can hit a fight spawn right here. Again, just use your skateboard. It's a bit quicker than running. Again, we don't get to use the skateboard that often, but it is still good. So we have to show a certain piece of evidence to Yui Mamiya, which is this. This, and I believe the murder footage. Yes. Good. Those are the three. There's the last one I couldn't remember. There's the murder footage that I couldn't remember. Everything else I remembered. Everything else I could remember, but it was just the murder footage. Okay, so we're then going to go and interrogate Ihara over at... I've lost my speed. Camaro PD. Alert. This is even worse than just, like, running now. Because I messed up my hit there and lost all my speed and momentum. God damn. That sucks. That's the downside to the skateboard. If you mess up your movement, it actually makes you go slower. Which is accurate to real life, I guess. Like, I do like how accurate that is. But you have to be a little careful. Okay, so we're going to show Ihara the murder footage. Sawa-sensei told him that Mikoshiba was the one who bullied his son, and that is how he knew to get revenge on Mikoshiba.
Sure thing.
Inside we go. Cool. Up is the option. Always listen to Sayori-san.
Hello?
And we're going back. Don't start skip this. Good. Back to the Izaki Jincho. back to Yokohama 99.
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks, Sugiro. And I think this is coming up to the Watanabe fight, which that's our next big level up. Or is this time wait? This might be time wait, actually. I think this is time wait, so just taxi over here. Here it is.
Hello?
There we go. Brings you back, which is nice. Still don't know if it's quicker to get onto the road and skateboard here or just run over, to be honest. So many taxis, but praise fast travel systems in these games. I don't think this bit's skippable. It is. Anyway, Watanabe calls us up. He hangs up on us, but Tsukumo manages to triangulate his position, which is really nice. The taxis cost a lot. Not as much as real life, but a lot. Again, thankfully, Lost Judgment gives you, like, an absolute limitless amount of money in its main story. And there's no, again, unlike Judgment, there's no parts of the story that require money. So it's really good.
Raise the...
Tax 6, Gauge 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2. Reversal Tiger. Okay, so. We're going to get ourselves extension. 1 and 2. Boost the X gauge? Yep. I don't know what that is. Attack 6, and we want, where are we? Enhanced Reversal Tiger, which makes our mortal reversals in Tiger better. Now, fun fact, what you're about to see is an insta-kill QTE. You fail that, you instantly die. There's not that many in the RGT games, but this is one of them. Fun fact, that. Good fight. Just make sure you don't fuck up the mortal wound at the end, because I do. I believe that is 7 down for this taxi. Let me double check. 7. Yep. Nope. 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 6. 6. 6. God damn it. Every time this... It's always this taxi. It's always this taxi that I get wrong. Always this taxi. There's never any other taxi in the game. It's just this taxi. Okay, so. It's action piece time, which... Fuck this entire bit. So, remember when I said the action parkour bits can be a pain in the ass in this game? This is the worst. I loathe this bit completely. So, first bit's completely fine. You don't need the gold plate, but you'll pick it up on the way through. Some of these policemen don't exist, some do. So what we're going to do is for a coin here to distract the real policeman. Run forward. He's not actually going to spot us because he's behind the car. You need to throw this one to distract him, because otherwise you will get seen. It's a shame. Alright, not skippable. My bad. It's the next one that's skippable. Throw a coin, distract this policeman. Look at drone, skip this, run forward.
I see now.
There we go. Okay, so the first part, the stealth part, is completely fine. Stealth part is nice and easy. It's the part after this, which is a pain in the ass. Skip that one, don't skip this one, because you can't. It's a shame. Playing Judgment story-wise, going to play Lost. Not specifically, but Lost Judgment will very not subtly spoil Judgment in a couple of ways. And more importantly, Lost Judgment will spoil Yakuza Like a Dragon. That's the more important thing. Lost Judgment spoils a very big plot twist in Yakuza Like a Dragon multiple times. So that is something to take into consideration. But it doesn't say, like, precisely everything that goes on in Judgment. But I would still recommend playing Judgment, because I still think Judgment is the better of the two games. They both have their very good parts and their very bad parts. Judgment is worth experiencing. It's fantastic. So, this action bit. Let's talk about this bit, shall we? If you fall off the roof at any point, you go back to the very, very start. This is the problem, because the Dragon Engine is a bit of a piece of shit when it comes to keeping you on the rooftops. So, we need to jump over this little gap here. Looks like you got enough room, right? Not if the Dragon Engine says you don't. Can also roll you off the edge there. I fucking clenched. I hate that. Ugh. Thankfully, it went well for once. If you fall off here, you lose a minute and a half. No joke, you lose a minute and a half. Fuck this entire bit. Sometimes with good enemy placement, you take care of all those in a single combo, so little upset it's 2. That should leave me with 1 bar of EX for the start of the next fight, which is fine. Oops, this way. I would still highly recommend playing Judgment first, before Lost Judgment. Highly, highly recommend playing Judgment first. It won't spoil you outright, but it does not so subtly hint at plot spoilers from Judgment. So, in this fight, enemies with guns! Everybody's favorite! Shame I ran out of EX there, because I want EX for this guy. Makes him so much quicker to take down. Really hoping Sugiura went after the gun guy, but he didn't. Usually he does. Shame. Shame. Massive shame. Anyway, that's that. 6 down, 1 down for this next taxi. That's the important thing to remember. So I remember this one. That's 5, idiot. that's my fault. Please no fight spawn. You can get a fight spawn here that is sometimes impossible to get rid of with the drone. That one's okay. It's far away enough that I can move forward and get the drone out. Good. So, we're going to head into the Okomi Jewel area.
Sure.
So, at which point we're going to get into a fight. Now, I do need to do a specific dialogue choice. I think it's left D-pad. Is it left D-pad? I think it's left D-pad. Yes. That skips a choice entirely. Okay, let's see if I can do this fight fast. This is hard to do fast, this fight. Come on, Kuana. That's bad. I'm gonna be late for this. I'm just gonna have to counter that. Bad fight. Bad timing on getting Kuana to second phase. Shame. Yeah, it's a shame. This run is literally just going to EX and press triangle. It's not a skillful run at all. It's pretty bad. There's our boy Zhao's ass though. That's a good ass. It's a very good ass. You couldn't ask for more. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Now, here you would think that it would actually be quicker to go through the building where Part-Time Hero is situated. Actually not. It's actually quicker to get the skateboard out and skateboard around. So this is, again, one of the few and only places where we'll actually be using the skateboard to get over here. It also makes you completely safe from enemy spawns, which is nice. Okay. So, we're going to get into the fight up here. I'm hoping I still have some EX left over from Kuana, because that's going to make this fight much faster. 1.5. Should be fine. 2 guys with large HP bars. Normal enemies otherwise. Obviously, aim for the guys with HP bars. That's what we call damage. Shit, I couldn't get hit at the same time. He's gone. Goodbye. I hope he didn't fall off the building. That would be bad. Anyway, I'm going to save a little bit of time in the chapter because of that. I'm going to save just a tiny bit of time in the chapter because of that. Hell yeah. Good gold. That's all that time we lost in the mid-game, just coming right back. Hey, which one are we on? 11? Oh, Reiko Kusumoto first. Right. So this is the plot dump exposition part of the video game, where I have to sum up like 30 minutes of plot exposition in about a 5-second period. No. So, this is Reiko Kusumoto. Long story short, she murdered Shinya Kawai because of obviously him being one of the bullies behind her son jumping off the roof. And she used Koana to help, but she's on Koana's side, except her son's about to wake up, and public security are about to blackmail her. That's pretty much it. That's actually pretty much it, in a nutshell. In a very, very, very small nutshell, that is actually pretty much it. Anytime you come here to do cutscenes, go to left here, because by landing on this, you get the cutscene trigger early. Is Kamurocho? Oh, it's this bit. Oh, fuck this bit. Fuck this bit. This bit sucks ass. This bit actually does suck ass. I remember to rest up for once. Good. So, we're going to be heading back to Kamurocho for a little bit. So, taxi courthouse. We've got to go see some of the prosecutors. We want to get Ihara, retrialed. That guy on the right is Bando, public security. He's a bad guy. This is the map. As I said, show the map like 90% of the fucking time in this video game. Literally, when in doubt, show the map. I don't know what evidence to show the map. Always the map. Because we have no NPC friends with us, we can get our skateboard out. As soon as we get back to the law office as well, we actually find that RK are watching us. Ooh, spooky. How did they know we were coming here?
Yeah.
Sayori's hitbox to talk to is bizarre in this game. You want to start skip the young lad. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that one. It's left. Yep. I'll give you a marry, okay? Please tell me that doesn't. Okay. There you go. We're good. We're good. Okay, good. Phew. I thought I fucked that up. I didn't. I almost fucked that up. Okay, so. The only good thing about this walk right here is it gives you 10,000 skill points. Yagami walks so fast that he stays right behind you and you can't actually see. Right? This bit I don't like talking about because this bit is a massive character assassination on Hoshino, who basically all the character development he had in the original Judgment gets completely erased in this one scene. We are on this part. It's fucking terrible. I heavily dislike this scene for what it does to Hoshino here, so I'm not going to go on about it for too much. But essentially, they made Hoshino into an absolutely arrogant, almost sex pest. Like, Jesus Christ, they completely... like, Hoshino is the one character in this game where it really felt like they didn't know what to do with his character in this game. So, we get this really awful bit back here at the Queen Rouge, which is supposed to be a nod back to Judgment 1, but again, it literally... none of this matters. It doesn't matter which options you pick. Like, they're all awful. They're all terrible. This bit sucks. Anyway, the club is now run by RK, which is why we have to become the #1 hostess, and then we get an audience of RK. To make this bit even more useless, they're in the exact same room that they were in when we did the set piece earlier. The exact same. They've not left. They're still there. Akutsu is still sat there. There he is. That bit serves zero purpose. At all. Except to assassinate Hoshino's character. Anyway, Akutsu's here, and that's important. So I need to get a couple of upgrades here. Some very good upgrades that we need. This is a rough fight to do because there's just a lot of enemies, so a lot of this fight is also going to be see where the enemies are and take them out at the right time. But we're going to go on Akutsu first. We're going to start by getting ourselves extension free, gauge free. Where are we? Grip 1. Where are we? Dodge. and Adamantine. That should be everything we need for now. I'm going to try and push Kutsu to second phase. Hitting both of them together is already good, so I want Canadian to go on it again. I don't know how I push that guy over without doing damage to him, but you know, video games. Obviously now EX, the big target to go for is a Kutsu. Everyone else is actually reasonably close together here, that's kind of nice. Thanks, Higashi. Nice to see we're friends. He's got to go. As you can probably guess, the last hit of your combo is the strongest. One hit, boys. This is exactly what I mean. If this was OG Judgment, they would have murdered him early. Lost Judgment, for some reason, your AI partners do not want to help. In the slightest. I wish I knew why. Like, they're really passive in Lost Judgment. Really passive. It sucks. It actually sucks. Anyway, run up here. It's one of the only times where we do have to be... I didn't want to go first, but I wanted to move my minimap. We have to be a little careful of fight spawns in this bit. Notice how they actually spawned next to me there. Remember in Judgment, when I said that the enemy spawns will spawn the closest place next to you that you can't see? They're a bit more aggressive in this game, unfortunately. Not too badly aggressive, thankfully. But they are still aggressive. So, anyway, Akutsu's gone. Now we're going to do Chapter 12. The whole point of this chapter is to try and figure out who Soma is. This is your last chance to actually, like, do the wall glitch for the sofa. It's a tiny bit faster by, like, a second, but it's also very finicky. So if you mess it up once, which is quite easy to do, you don't save any time. So, we know that Soma used to be a member of the Dojo clan. We might have heard of the Dojo clan before. I've certainly never heard of them. So, this is not skippable, I remember that. So, we're going to go and ask a reputable ex-member of the Tojo, even though Kaito is also one. I'm going to go ask Kakashi. Kaito is also here, because you won't find Kaito without his husband nearby. So, we need to go to Earth Angel over in the Champion District. It's one of the only times you go to East Taihai Boulevard. There's actually a second time you come here, but not to actually come here, but for a time waiting segment. Let's roll. We're rolling already, my boy. Let's go. So, we're going to find a ex-Yakuza here who is a member of the Nikyo Consortium. You might remember the Nikyo Consortium if you've ever played Yakuza 0 or K1. I believe it's K1 that has the sub-story with the Nikyo Consortium guy. But Yakuza 0, if you remember the Camellia Grove, Sarah's lot. Kind of nice for them to get name-dropped like that. It's just a small little thing to say, hey, they were still around, you know? They were still up to shit, you know? Whoa, Higashi's here.
Enough with your... Finish this!
Again, nobody does any damage anymore since Judgment, please. 0508 is the door code I want.
No telling where Soma or his arcade goons are.
So once again, much like OG Judgment, if you know the passcode to a door, you can open said door early. And the nice thing of this over OG Judgment is you don't actually have to be right on top of everything that you need to investigate. Holy shit, it's such a good change. Shit.
For
shit, yes, for real, Kyle, I fucked up. I hit clear instead of enter. I fat-fingered.
yeah.
So once you come outside, you can skip again. So, as you can see, I've got a much bigger grip gauge. That's for this bit. There's... The action bits here aren't too bad. There's no jumping onto platforms. That makes them infinitely better. But there is going to be a bit here where if I can get across it in perfect movement, I won't have to stop and replenish my stamina. So... That's the reason why we get grip level 1, is because grip level 1 is nice and cheap, and with grip level 1 we have just enough grip to be able to do the quick traversal. Still a little hard, it's not like super easy, but... give me the tutorial. Thank you. I had the game glitch out here where it hasn't actually pushed me onto the pipe, which is really stupid. Really, really stupid. Anyway, this is the bit. This is the bit that you can mess up and die and go back to the beginning on. So if that happens, we're going to Kyoto Files early. So we jump across here. It's looking pretty good so far. Should be very good. You'll see how close this gets, though, even with, like, perfect movement coming up to here. Look how close this is. That's why you've got to be careful. These two, unsurprisingly, would you believe are going to my EX and hit them a bunch? I know, I'm as surprised as you are. I'm as very surprised as you are.
Really, guys?
Run over here, get dialogue, and grab the rope. This looks like a cutscene. It's not actually a cutscene. Okay. You get to see Kite Wave. What a good lad. We can skip this in a second. We just have to wait for the Kaito to start breathing. That's the truth. Just a second too early. Stealth section time, folks. Now, there's actually speed tech for this stealth section as well, thankfully. So, jump over the fence. There's a quick way here by going over here. Please, Yagami. I need to see where this guy is. He needs to turn around, so I didn't actually lose any time there. You aren't supposed to smoke bomb this guy. It's a shame you're supposed to use the coin, but, well. That's gonna cost me some time. Fucking up the end of the video game. Bud. Not me. Definitely not me. Wait for a second. Now skip. Stop section 2.
Alright.
So, I still have a smoke bomb. Good. So, if you throw a coin here, because we start off in a hiding spot, so we can't actually move from it. If you throw a coin here, it's actually going to take longer because you have to wait for this guy, not this guy, the guy to the left, this guy, to actually get stunned or like stop like walking, and then obviously you have to take both out, by the way. Even though you can just walk past him, you have to take both out. You have to wait for him to finish like his walking cycle, and that's going to make the next guy not be in position. Now this next guy is only going to be in the right position if you're fast enough, so you do have to be very careful here. Make sure you get that early, because now he's not going to turn around, and you can run. As long as he's facing that way, you can run. It's a little risky, but as long as he's facing that way, you are fine. You aren't going to get game over. And that is the last stealth section of the game.
That's a good boy.
Congratulations, we did it. So we're here to find Soma. Unfortunately, we're going to find somebody else instead.
Let's roll, talk.
Unfortunately, we're going to find the dumbass who goes by the name of Kosuke.
Ready?
I'm going to use my EX on everybody gathered in the corner. Ideally, you go for this guy first, because obviously he has an EX. Interestingly, I tried to do whatever heat attack that was, because that would have broken through his invulnerability phase, but his invulnerability phase isn't that long. Again, ideally you hit him a little earlier. What about going behind him and pushing him towards the enemy? That might be the play. It might actually be the play. Okay, anyway. Taxi back to the office. And then the next day, we're going back to Izaki Jincho. But you can see that we have 212,000 yen. As said earlier, you get funneled money in this game. Like, they really did listen to feedback about, you know, the amount of skill points and money that Judgment 1 gave you. And obviously the time waiting segments and the money segments. Also, you don't ever use your keys to open the door in this game. We just leave the door unlocked the entire time. You'd think that the murder that happened in our office before would have probably made us, you know, lock the door every now and then. Nope. No. Thankfully, the game here takes us back to Yokohama 99. This time waiting segment, this is important. We want to go somewhere specific afterwards. So, what we're going to do, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we want to go to the Lumang area. Because after this phone call, we need to go to see Tesso. That's why you do this bit here. I should have just got off there. I don't know why I keep trying to do that. Angle's too tight. Sit on KSP. Yeah, you get a lot. Like, you get an amazing amount.
Here we are.
So, there is an escape route here in Restaurant Row. It's right up here. It's in this little room. So, we're gonna put on a disguise. Doesn't matter which one. It's gonna put on, obviously, whichever one's closest to where I'm going. We go through the sewers. Thankfully, unlike LAD, it's not a set piece. Thank God. Wouldn't make much sense to be a set piece in this game, to be honest. And we're going to go back over to over to Sour Sensei's apartment, where Kuana has sent somebody to come pick us up. I need to shut that window soon. That's getting pretty cold. Look at that jump. Look at that jump. It is, of course, a Kaiki. So here's Kuana, and unfortunately Soma wrecks the party. So it's time to fight some people. This fight is a little rough because there is an enemy in this fight. I got no EX either. That's very bad. There is an enemy in this fight that actually gets a gun. It's this guy. So we're just going to try and build up our EX to begin with. Then I'm going to try and get him into second phase. Now, the problem with this fight is not only is this guy a pain, but it's depending on where the enemies go. Kuana can unfortunately take the enemies all the way over the other side of the board. I should hit this guy with an attack. Hello, buddy. So as you can see, Kuana and me are kind of not synced right now. We do not want to go this far down the boat. Then again, Kuana already is, so heck it. Not good. Very not good. Very, very bad. Very bad positioning of enemies. Kuana left a long time ago. Not a good fight, unfortunately. You can see I'm losing some time, but we're still ahead. So, finale time. The finale is also pretty good. It's pretty quick, which is nice. We do have one last big set of upgrades to get, and hopefully we can make use of it. It's not something that we need necessarily in the finale, but if we actually make use of it, it's going to be good. One of the upgrades we get, though, is going to be something that we need. We're also at Toto Hospital, which... see you in there in about an hour and a half, Kaito. Okay, so I believe we go back to Kamurocho pretty much instantly at the start of the finale here. Legend, yeah, I think it's gonna be rough. I think it's gonna be very rough, but it'll be fine. So we're gonna go back to the Genda Law Office. I can save a bunch of time in this chapter and lose a bunch of time in this chapter. It's exciting. It's very exciting. We could literally lose the entire run in this chapter. That's how exciting this is. It's great. My finale, if I remember in my PB, was actually pretty good, so I am a little worried about that. So, here we have a time waiting segment. Now, as you can see, instead of taxiing to the first spot, I taxied to the second spot instead. Reason being, as I said earlier, these are distance-based. Damn it. I forgot that's not skippable. These are distance-based, so unfortunately, the West Shichifuku taxi spot is too close to the Genda Law Office. This guy still has the fucking murder weapon. And he's actually hidden it in a really fucked up place. He's hidden it in his shrine for his dead son. Here's your point of no return warning for this part of the game. When you go to Izaki Jincho, you can no longer come back to Kamurocho. It's Yokohama now, isn't it? No, Lumang. Yeah, it's Lumang. Yep. Alright, so have a good sleep. tried again. I could have actually jumped there. Damn. Once again, anytime you come here for story stuff, try and go to the left here. Obviously, you get cutscenes a bit earlier. So, we don't know where Kuwana is. Kuwana's ran off somewhere. They met Ihara's wife and lit some incense at their son's grave, which is where the fucking murder weapon is.
What about you?
We'll stay the night. And now, we have to go back to Yokohama 99. But here's the thing. Remember that Taxi to Kamurocho is no longer on your taxi list. So instead of up by 3, it's up by 2 instead. Good old changing taxi list. That one makes a fool of me multiple times. And that's it. Point no return. We are in the finale. Now, unfortunately, one of the boys at school has done a very fucking dumb thing. So we're going to have to go and save her and Mamikoda. So, Immortal is the important one. Now, because we have Sugiura, we can't actually get our skateboard out, so we can just run on the pavement. We're obviously trying to get it out. I've done that a couple of times. And here's a very, very long fight intro. This fight intro actually takes quite a while to do. Okay. Interesting hard map in the Speedrun Discord right there. So for those who don't know, there's a couple of new things. We're gonna have to go back to a couple of the older Yakuza runs at some point soon. There's new tech in Yakuza 4, baby. You'll never guess which bit it's for either. Like, you actually will not guess. I want Immortal. Crane Hidden. Hidden 2. Secret. And where are we? I don't know where it is. Take care of the guy that lives with you up first, as you know, not this guy, the other guy. You know you're doing well in this fight if you can take care of them before the first smoke bomb comes out. Shit, that guy's alive. Really?
We are ready to go.
Shame. I almost did it for his first dialogue. That went badly at the end, but the first part wasn't too bad. Tsukumo, it's over, my dude. Anyway, oops, Soma turns up. As you do. Soma turns up, shoots us with some paintballs, and then leaves. Cool. Oops. Oh, right, the court. I forgot. We have a court section in this video game as well. Shit. It's the map. It's always the map. It's always the fucking map. When in doubt, it's the fucking map. Doubt the victim's credibility. Jin Kuwana. And the Deus Ex Machina phone call plot device at the end of this video game, much like the original Judgment as well. I don't know how we pulled that bullshit off twice, but we did. I hate it a lot more here than in OG Judgment. In OG Judgment, it's kind of like a character redemption arc for Hamura. Here, it's just, hey, here's a bullshit phone call. This bit isn't hard, but it is hard to kind of keep everybody together. So this bit can suck. So, I don't have any EX left, so I'm going to have to try and obviously take care of as many enemies as possible. Now, when we take care of a couple of enemies, like a certain amount, we will get a new set of backup. My first lot aren't in a good position. That's my fault. But I want to build up my EX for the end of this, the last wave that comes through, so the third wave. You can also use it against this guy, because it's also not too bad. I hate when that misses sometimes. One more enemy should do it. This is the last wave, so I'm just going to go into my EX and just burst them down at this point. I waited a bit too long, to be honest. Also, obviously try and take care of as many enemies as I can in this first part. I spread them out too far. I don't think that's very good, if I'm being honest. Now, here comes the hard part of the video game. Because we have a, I believe, 100-man fight.
Great.
And the last guy has a fucking gun that can almost one-shot me at this HP value, so... yeah. Time to try and kill as many enemies as possible. Now, what we're going to hopefully do is going to crane a bunch, and hopefully, at some point, get Crane's extra attack speed, because trust me, that makes you very, very fast. Now, there are going to be enemies that spawn in, as you can see. Don't worry, that guy only has a knife, not the actual gun, so we don't have to worry about him too much just yet. I want this guy dead. That's a good dead right there. This guy's getting close. Oh, come on. I will use Charge Strong. Now, the nice thing about what's happening right now is that all the enemies are spawning on one part of the map, or mostly one part of the map. I want to use Snake, but you know what? If you get free Snake, use free Snake. It's not good, because it's actually kind of slow, but you know. Crane, that would have actually given me speed up. The one good thing here is that actually all the enemies really are just staying over on this side of the map, which is actually a genuinely good thing right now. Hi. This is a good guy to get your attack speed off, because he will try and hit you a lot. Not the guy I'm waiting for. That's an ultimate guy I'm waiting for. Just really hoping that would hit him. Charge fall for him, that's fine. Damn, I didn't get the speed bonus. Come on. Someone hit me. No. Nice. Essentially, I'm keeping an eye out until I get to the next guy with a HP bar. When he comes in, he dies. Using this a little early, but there he is. Now, where are you? This man has to die. Do not let this man live. He will kill you. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is I think I got hit there, which isn't necessarily fast. Remember what we learned earlier. We learned Verge of Death Wounded Tiger, that really increases our damage when we have no HP. One guy here does have a flamethrower. Yes, you heard that correctly. This guy. Really, you aim for him? I want this guy. Can I just kick his own pipe at him? Nah. Better make EX for that next fight, at least. Again, didn't get hit. This is interesting. Not getting hit is not necessarily the quick way. I don't mind taking a little bit of damage in this finale just to get, like, way more attack. Ugh.
The hell were the guys up there even doing? Come on, let's trash them!
If we can get a good angle here, start from the left, you can get everyone here with the EX. This guy is moving away. And you probably guess he is priority number 1. These look like explosive barrels, but they're actually not, funnily enough. I'm hoping that in this time, Koto's AI will kill that guy. Nope, he didn't. Oh, he did! Because he was in the middle of an attack. Nice. Not too bad.
Stay down.
So I'm gonna run to these doors over here. Just gonna start up our next cutscene. Run at the start here before you get put into first person. Cover a little bit of ground. There you go. Look up here at the orange barrels. Over to the right.
Hey.
Got.
We're gonna go up while everyone else stays down here. So we do have a couple little bit of parkour sections left, but they're really not as bad as the ones earlier in the game. For some reason, the game's gonna sometimes re-tutorialize you hit. Fuck off, video game. You finally did the thing. Yeah, the video game can sometimes not give you enough space like that. This is one of the least offensive ones, but fuck you, video game. Yeah, thanks for retelling me how to do wall running. Guess what? I fucking know. Nice. Nice. It's been going well until that point. So, we're going to fall down and go to the left. This is going to get us into the cutscene. We're going to let the others in. And the second and final lock-picking section of the video game. Again, if you're doing side stories, you do way more.
Nice.
That was okay. Not super fast, but that was okay. Dragon engine, baby. Alright, so we're doing the classic RPG thing of everyone stays behind while we go forward. So us and Sugiura are going to go forward. As you probably guess, we're going up here. Swear to God, if it drops me down that one's painful. Now this you actually want to fall down. Preferably into these boxes, because they're really hard to push past. Skip once, so you can skip the rest of this. This fight kind of sucks. I'm still not good at this fight, to be honest. So, we're going to start taking out these enemies. If I've got EX, which I don't, I need to build it up. Oh, God. Once I've got 1 bar of EX, I'm probably just going to move forward, which I am. So, over here, some enemies spawn in. By doing that on the edge, you actually cancel out of your animation of going into that, allowing you to just attack them straight away. I still have another hit, which is not too bad if I can get actually out here. That's a free enemy death. Please no grenades, Sugiura. I don't need help. I'm sad they get rid of the music here, yeah. It's a shame, but I can understand why they do. Okay, that's it. You can't skip this, so carry on. Look towards this way here. And up. Hey. Supposed to do up first, I kind of forgot. On we go. Oops. Fuck. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I forgot to finish mentioning earlier, didn't I? So in terms of the runs that we need to go back to, one of them is Yakuza 4. There's new speed tech in Yakuza 4 in the boat chase section. I can't remember who found it out. Some clever sausage found out that in the boat chase section, when you move away from Sugiichi's boat, he stops, allowing you to get in front of his boat and instantly finishing that section by ramming him twice in quick succession with a boost. Just don't ask. The other thing that has been found, and it is FPS dependent, is, you know how I said unlock scroll wheel doesn't work in K2 for Feel the Heat? I'm gonna walk back on that, because apparently it does. And it also works in Yakuza 6 as well. So, okay, on Legend Run, nope. Nope, I ran out of time. It is on the list. It is a very big list. It is on the list. And any % Legend Run of this is on the list as well. But it's on the list. It is going to get done. It's just on the list.
I don't stop. Gotta think.
Need a lift?
Like, the thing that I was focusing on more was Fist Ass, Fist and All Sub Stories, and also OG Judgment All Sub Stories, because those were the like the big charity rewards that like were a lot of money. So now, whilst I'm having body issues again, I'm thinking of doing some of the smaller ones. So K1 Legends in there. 5 All Sub Stories might be in there because that's fully routed. That's the thing that helps that over the other 2 All Sub Stories, is that 5 All Sub Stories was fully routed by tap. So it's a good route, and it's been fully routed. Whereas Judgment OG, I still have to do routing for, and Fist Ass, I'm only like a third of the way through routing that. Terrible piece of shit. But K1 Legend would be very doable, actually. I not hit the other guy. I'm sad. He should come over to me. That's why I'm like kind of leaving him. I'm actually sad that he also survived that. This is not good. I don't think he went into his EX either, which I need him to go into his EX early. Everyone is so far away from each other here right now. This is a terrible section. See, that's a bit late, my dude. Dodge it. I don't like finishing him with that, but we're gonna do it. Okay, considering I still have a lot of HP left, I guess I have to do... Heck you! I guess I have to do my EX burst here and have nothing for Soma. Why not go for this guy who's closer? Well, at least whoever was dealing with the enemy on the other side dealt with them, because
Really,
I fucked that up. I have no EX for Soma, unless I mean, I'm practically max HP, I might as well just... I might as well, I practically am. Yeah. I practically am, I might as well just use that and just get my EX back for this. Ideally, I want it to be on lower HP for this bit, because you can absolutely destroy these fights with low HP. Half is okay. I'm very close if I get hit once here, which actually I would quite like. So, focus Soma. For this fight, focus Soma. Just focus Soma. Pray he doesn't do his counter, because he can there. Very easy first phase. With my HP like this, I can risk EX strats. I don't think I have to wait with HP like this. And if he does hit me, I get Virgin Death Wounded Tiger. I think I just go ham. That's it. I think that's it. I think I just go ham.
Yagami!
Just straight up leaving? Yeah, same. But yeah, in terms of the smaller runs, there's not that many that we've got left to do from the charity stuff, but yeah, I can focus on trying to do the shorter runs, because I literally don't have like the energy to be able to do 20 to 24 hours of Fist of the North Star right now. I have the energy to almost do the full all sub stories for 5, and again, having it routed out is nice. I'm sure there's a bathroom break in there somewhere as well. Cough, Saijima. Anyway, we're gonna go crazy with damage here.
Behind you.
I'm actually hoping that Soma hits me. Is Soma's QTE triangle? My notes don't say. I think it is. My head says it is. I hate that move. Fuck you. Damn, he got the one move I wanted to hit. And damage up. I'm gonna dodge his EX first so that I don't fuck this up. His mortal wound even. And now, this is how you end the video game, folks. I told you you'd be seeing that later, didn't I? After he hit me there, I wanted to make sure that he wouldn't, you know, hit me again. Yeah. I think I'm actually losing time in this finale. Looking at my splits. This is bad. Damn, I had a bad finale. Shit. I get the lack of damage actually really didn't help. Shame. Anyway. Final cutscene time. You get to hear a little bit of this soundtrack.
You really
at least.
gonna do that?
If you guys don't back off, then I will. Do you know how
you
many
can
people
tell that
I've killed
Koana's
through
in
the
his
years?
villain art because he changed his jacket.
No. But if you were really that kind of scum, we wouldn't have come down here. You wouldn't be the kind of person worth saving.
Once again, I'd like you all to just ignore the fact that
This one
Kaito is
my
about to
fight,
enter from
guys.
stage left and excuse murder.
The way I see this, Tuck, you and Kuwana both have your reasons. Something to consider. But between the both of you, is there really a right answer?
Murder's kind of bad, Kaito. I know you're ex-Yakuza, but like... Anyway, I should have the HP to survive if he stabs me once, or hits me once. Let's find out! I'm gonna punch him! Because I'm losing time otherwise. I'm losing time anyway, I think. Hey, come on, come here. I'm okay. I am actually okay because in next phase I go into EX mode and I have Immortal, therefore he doesn't kill me. There's the time loss look. Yeah, I had a bad finale. We did have one fall, but it doesn't cost me all this time, that fall. So we had some bad fights as well. Thank you, video game. I should PB, but... So I wait intentionally there to make sure that his, my attack doesn't knock him, like, down to the ground. That's the end of the run. That's it. That's it. It's over. I PB'd on a D-Rust. I'm okay with this. Terrible last chapter. Terrible chapters in the middle, but good start, good end. Ish. Ish. That is actually quicker than the recorded run I had when I was practicing for GDQ as well, which is nice. If I wasn't derusting, I should probably be a bit closer to sub 230 at this point. I really should be closer to sub 230 at this point, but it's all good.